That goes a long way. She does have contacts with the state. She's a lifelong resident of Michigan. She's 42. She is employed. She works Monday to Thursday, 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. She does take some varied shifts that she works additionally, Your Honor. Now, with respect to the investigators report, Your Honor, there's always two sides of the story, and my client does want to let the court know that that the complainant had stolen an item from her. The complainant owed my client some money. She had been telling my client to come get money for the bracelet many times, to come to her house and pick up that money. Some words were exchanged, and it was the complainant that hit my client. So as I mentioned, Your Honor, there's two sides of every story. I also want to point out that there's no pictures, no medical, no other witnesses that I'm aware of. In addition, my client does take care of her mom. She's a cancer patient. My client is her sole provider, Your Honor. She provides care a few hours in a day. So for all the reasons stated on the record, I would ask the court for personal bond.
Okay. Court to the representation both sides uses clear and convincing evidence standard when it's entertaining a monetary bond. Start off with the personal bond basis. Her personal bond from yesterday's arraignment on the felonious assault, that might have changed. Don't know, because the magistrate from yesterday, I don't believe, was aware of this case. So, but we don't know if she's been in contact with the complainant. We don't have any updated information except from what the defendant is telling defense counsel in this matter. There is some age to it in this matter. However, even though there is some age, the court is very concerned when there's an allegation of a home invasion, because that is somebody's personal space. And so when the allegation that somebody is breaking into somebody's home, that's very concerning, because then whoever's home is broken into, if they're present, may feel violated, and there may be all sorts of things that are going on in that person's head. And I don't know what's going on with Miss Hewley, but this is from July, and then a couple months later, there is a felonious assault with some other charges. So there is a pattern of some violence in this matter. So this is what we're going to do. Taking into consideration that there is some age, we are going to give her a $50,000 personal bond, but she's going to be placed on a tether. And what I wanted to make sure is defense counsel, ma'am, I keep forgetting your last name. Bijan?
It was Bijan.
Bijan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Spell it.
B-E-J-A-N.
Oh, B-E-J-N, Bijan. Okay.
Yes.
Counsel Bijan, my question is, you said that she works, and you said she's a caregiver?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So, and as a caregiver, is this in the same house or someplace else?
Ms. Dye, can you clarify that for the judge, whether you care for your mom at your own residence or another residence?
It's her residence. I have her in Annette. I have 2 clients, and I go to their home.
And that's somewhat concerning, because she's a caregiver and she's accused of violent acts. Okay. But I don't know if that has occurred with any of her clients or her mother, but I will allow her, and that's part of her job, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Then she's going to be placed on a GPS tether work only, because that's part of her job. And it is concerning that Ms. Dye cares for other individuals, but she also has a history of some violence against other individuals. So hopefully it doesn't extend to other individuals or her clients, but this court doesn't know. So $50,000 personal bond, GPS tether work only.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Ms. Yes, and Ms. Dye, let me say this, ma'am, is that the ball is in your court. If there's any violations, whether it's through tether, not showing up for court, other bond violations, ma'am, then next time you're gonna be looking at a monetary bond. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Can I ask you a question, Your Honor?
If it's about the bond or bond conditions or the court dates,
It was just basically, the first incident.
Hold on, Ms.
No,
Dye,
ma'am.
Ms. Dye,
okay,
I'm sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, if I
Ms.
may.
Dye, hold on, Ms. Dye, don't say anything about the allegations, the alleged facts in the case, okay?
Right. Yes,
The reason
ma'am.
I'm saying that is because everything is being recorded and it can be used against you.
Yes,
That's why you
ma'am.
have an attorney to represent you. But if you have a question about bond conditions or court dates, tell me now.
Oh, it wasn't about the court date. I just wanted to, it was the situation I was here for was for my goddaughter, helping her. It had nothing to do with me. I was breaking the situation up, trying to diffuse the situation. So it was making me look violent, and that
Ma'am,
wasn't the
all right,
case.
so, ma'am, you don't need to tell me about any alleged facts. We're just gonna go
Okay,
$50,000 personal bond, the other bond conditions with the GPS tether work only.
yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Council Douglas, did you want to add anything else for the record?
Nothing further. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I didn't have to leave. Can I go to the phone?
Yeah.
You wanna make, I'm
Hey,
going to
Rob.
the room, right?
I'm gonna let her use the phone, when I get out there. What's up? What's that?
Ma'am, what's your name?
My name is Aisha Moore.
Your full name, ma'am, including your middle name.
Okay, Aisha G. Marie Moore.
Thank you, Ms. Moore, and I'm gonna straight and check that. Your case number is 24060-86301. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Lorena Bejan on behalf of Ms. Moore, who stands mute. She understands her rights and she waives the formal reading.
Enter plea of not guilty. Court dates December 12th, 2024. Probable cause conference followed by preliminary examination December 19th, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Jefferson. Counsel Coyle. Today, for some reason, I thought it was Judge Coyle. So maybe in another life, ma'am, you may be Judge Coyle. So excuse it.
Another
So
life, right.
yes. So go, ma'am, go ahead with your representations or recommendation.
Your Honor, this morning I saw Ms. Moore in redeterminations. She was there on a KPS matter from 2021 in which there were 2 failures to appear. She had a CCW pled down to a misdemeanor. And so the court, based on 2 KPSs, imposed a $1,236, basically, or fines and costs, cash surety bond, in which today she got a $10,000 personal bond. It was issued yesterday. I saw that she picked up this Yuta case, which is her grandmother. This occurred back on the 1st. She took her grandmother's car and some money from her grandmother, who's 88 years old, and she basically took advantage of a senior. So the car was recovered. She had changed the plate and they stopped her in a traffic stop. So I also note that she doesn't have anything assaultive. She has larceny from 2014, a disorderly in 15, a 2020 OWI impaired. It looks like she has 2 pending because she got picked up on that traffic stop. And then they processed this warrant because of the Yuta. They also had 2 cases, obviously now brought forward out of the queue, for home invasion thirds. They're under review. They occurred back in May 18th and the 20th of this year. So I don't want to use that against her because those are pending. They may not be ever issued and so forth. But based on the fact that she took advantage of her senior grandmother, who's 88 and probably couldn't, she called the police. But I'm asking for, I have no objection to a personal, but I'm asking for a tether to keep her away from her grandmother and that location, Your Honor.
So, the Council Bajan or
Yes,
Bazan,
Your Honor.
however, and I
Bajan.
apologize, go ahead, Esteban.
Yes, Your Honor, and there's no objection to a personal bond, but I would object to the tether. I do understand that there's a prior capious history, Your Honor, that was addressed. She did receive a personal bond now. So obviously the court does understand that she is to come to court. She knows she's supposed to come to court. Your Honor, she does have 2 children right now. My client does want to let the court know that when she was arrested, her children were taken to the precinct. She would like to make contact with her children. She wants to be with them, provide for them. She's scared that she doesn't know where they would be. She's a lifelong resident of Michigan. She's 35, Your Honor. So waiting for a tether right now. I know it takes a couple of days to get that. She could be away from her children even longer. She's worried. So I would ask the court for another opportunity for Ms. Moore. This is non-assaultive allegations. It seems like it's some kind of family matter. I don't know if it was an understanding or what's going to happen going forward, but there's always 2 sides of every story. So for the reasons stated on the record, Your Honor, I would respectfully ask the court for a personal bond.
Well, she's gonna get a personal bond.
No, I'm sorry, without tether.
$15,000 personal bond. I understand that. I know that's what you're asking for. She's got some bond conditions. You're not to have contact with your grandmother, Viola Adams. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're not to go to her residence on McNichols. Do you understand both bond conditions, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. I have one
Nothing in
question.
Ma'am, stand by. There's nothing to indicate that there was any type of assault behavior with the complainant in this matter. Okay. So I'm gonna give a chance to Ms. Moore. $15,000 personal bond, those bond conditions. Any violations, ma'am? Bring your toothbrush, because then you'll be sitting in jail with a monetary bond. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to know if she has my kids still
Ma'am,
don't contact
ma'am.
her.
Yeah, no contact. You can't have contact with her,
Okay.
period. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So you'll have
Yes,
to
Your
work
Honor.
out, ma'am, you're gonna have to work out in terms with whoever your attorney is, maybe through probate court, however it is in terms of your kids. But you are not to have contact with, okay, the complaint. Ms.
Viola
Adams, you
Adams, yes.
understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Court, ma'am, if this court hears that you've been in contact with her, even if she wants to call you and you've been in contact with her, violation, bring your toothbrush, because then you're gonna get a monetary bond. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
This court doesn't play, especially when people are alleged to take advantage of or to assault senior citizens. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And counsel, did you want to say something?
Not at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that
Thank you,
concludes the
everybody. Have a
matter
blessed and
with Ms.
beautiful
Moore.
day.
Thank you. You can step aside, ma'am. Oh, hold on, ma'am. Counsel Coyle, did you want to add anything for the record?
Nothing further. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, ma'am. All right,
Your Honor,
This
what was the
concludes the agreement,
bond,
Ms.
I mean, personal bond amount?
$15,000 personal bond.
All right.
You guys have a blessed and
Thank you.
beautiful day.
Okay, thank you. DJC,
All right.
we're still waiting for the interpreter.
All right.
Thank you. Miss Lisa, do you know what happened with the interpreter, if any?
I'll call her back.
I appreciate it, ma'am. And let me see.
Supposed to be coming right in. Yeah, he was in another courtroom. Coming here in between. What's her number?
Rebecca Hens.
Right there. That's what it said. She has a lot more. Oh. Oh, but she should be logging on shortly, Your Honor.
Well,
Uh,
shortly, okay.
About 5 more minutes.